And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago Cubs. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. Showing the slab in today's game, Mark Pryor.
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Now, Lee Lynn. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Here's a 1-1. And downstairs.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Two down. Good eye right there. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday, another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Edgar Martinez. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And a swing and a miss. And the righty deals. Lynn leads off first with 1 away. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Bellinger drifts towards it. And he makes the catch. 2 away now. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Ken Griffey Jr.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts to swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
Two outs. And there's ball 4.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
Now here is Ty France. That one missed.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure these guys are chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
And the 3-1. And that's ball 4.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Julio Rodriguez.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Next offering is down low. Right-hander kicks, deals. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No, he held up. Bases loaded. 2 down. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Three-two. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Welcome back, and towing the slab, Luis Castillo. What should we keep an eye on here?
A very forgettable start his last time out. Was only able to work a couple of innings. We're looking for him to put it all together today. Command, tempo, and just really a confident presence out there on the mound.
So up now for Chicago, Dansby Swanson.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
Into center. Junior makes the grab, 1 away. Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away, jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
The wind of the pitch. So now 1-2.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Kicks and fires.
Ball 2.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around second now, going for 3. Throw cut off to third. Not in time. He's safe.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And next for the Cubs, Billy Williams.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
The next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
One down. Sammy Sosa, the next to hit. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Ernie Banks, the next Cub to hit. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Luis Castillo, a guy who debuted in 2017 with the Reds at 24 years old, multiple All-Star appearances, traded to the Mariners at the deadline in 2022. You think about that triple-digit fastball, but the changeup is the thing that stands out.
Yeah, and you could argue that he's got the best changeup in baseball. From the right side, it's like a Bugs Bunny pitch and works so well off of his fastball.
Williams off of first with 2 away. That's hard hit on the line. Junior makes the play, and that is the third out of the inning. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 1-0. You're dialed into the show. Second inning set to go. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now.
Eugenio Suarez.
The pitch. And strike 2.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. I'm talking about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. The pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That misses off the outside edge. Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
And he walked him.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup.
Well, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
At the belt and fires. Upstairs. Move to first. Hernandez back on a dive. The 2-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. And the pitch. Got him. Out number 3. One left for Seattle, and it remains 1-0. Back here at the friendly confines, bottom of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Andre Dawson. The 3-1. Foul ball there. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And there's one down.
Batting 7. The center fielder, Cody.
One down. There comes Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger, no stranger to the big stage. He played in the 2007 Little League World Series. He's the 14th player ever to play in both the Little League World Series and the Major League World Series.
Righty delivers. He goes down looking.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Yan Gomes. Hitless last night, and they only scored 1 run. Next pitch inside, and that's ball 2. Yan Gomes waits. Swing and a miss. And that is strike two.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Some high cheese for strike three. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they still lead it 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. And now for Seattle, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ball popped up. And there's one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Edgar.
And up next for Seattle, Edgar Martinez. He's 0 for 1. Here's a 1-1. High in the air, out to right. Dawson under it. 2 down.
The center fielder, number 24, Ken Griffey Jr.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr. He reached out a walk his first time. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Next offering is in for a strike. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Here comes a pitch. That one just misses.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. Nobody left for Seattle. They still trail 1-0. Back here at the ballpark, and now the first baseman, Trey Mancini.
The first baseman, Trey Mancini.
Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And Eric Summersgill punches him out. That's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Swanson.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the third baseman, Dansby Swanson. 2-1 now.
Nope. 3 balls, 1 strike.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
And the right-hander deals. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And the Cubs are down in order. But they're on top 1-0. Here at Wrigley Field. And now it's going to be Ty France.
Number 23, Ty France.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Gosh, another walk in this one. Man, he is having some real issues with control.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. France gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. On the ground right side. And it gets by him.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
And Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. Went down on strikes his first time through. First and second here, no outs. The next pitch misses, and the count's full. And he deals. In the air, left field. Williams hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, Teoscar.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. And now the right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout.
Base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with one out.
Down in the count, battling to stay alive, and just a nice job to put it in play. He kind of muscled that one out there, didn't get the barrel with it, but the important part was that he found a way to stay through the baseball and just drop it into center field.
And now Cal Raleigh. That one misses. 3-1. Bases loaded, one away. In the air, right field. Dawson has this one sized up. Drops into the glove. Runner tags from third. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning.
Base runner decided to test him, and it was a bad decision. Outstanding throw on a frozen rope at home. That'll end the inning with a bang.
So digging in, Billy Williams singled and drove in a run his first time through. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
And a 1-2 again. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One, two now. And there's a ball. When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offense. Oh, this is deep to left center. Way back there. On its way. Gone. That fires up the home crowd. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 2-0.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Stepping in, Sammy Sosa. Swings and misses, and we're filled up.
Yeah, and the domino effect of that is running up pitch counts on pitchers and then either getting them to a place of fatigue or getting into the bullpen perhaps before you get to those higher leverage arms at the back end.
Got it by him for the K.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of him. His at-bats are just a little tough to watch right now.
And up next for Chicago, Ernie Banks. The pitch. Swung on, belted. That one back there. Into the bleachers and gone. A solo shot, and they tack one on the board. It's 3-0.
He dropped the barrel right there. Got a fastball down at the knees where he'd prefer it. So many times now guys are having to adjust to the elevated fastball. So I'm sure his eyes got big when he saw that
one coming. Now it's the right fielder, Andre Dawson. Popped out and fouled ground first time through. Swing and a ground ball out to short. On to France. That's out number 2.
Well, nice job by the shortstop to field that on the backhand and gather himself, get his feet underneath him. He had a long throw, but he knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure the grip, and finish the throw.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Cody Bellinger. Caught looking his first time up. On the ground. Suarez. Now the throw to first on the run. That's out number 3. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And welcome back. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Lee Lin. And a pitch. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. And he chases that one. Picks up strikeout number 7.
The batter, number 3.
So up next, J.P. Crawford. 1-1 now. And it's fouled away. One down, base is empty. That's off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Now 2 out.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Left field. Williams makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Mariners nothing. ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the Cubs catcher, Yan Gomes.
Yan Gomes.
Falling behind 2-1. Swings through that one out in front that time. The punch out there, and he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside, and as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
Trey Mancini now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. In the air, right side of the infield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there are two down.
Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson stands in.
This is important. If he can go 1, 2, 3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Castillo will look to first, and he's back in there. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Move to first. Swanson dives back in safely. Next pitch is downstairs. Swanson leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Got him swinging. 1 left for the Cubs, but they lead at 3-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, top of the 6th inning. And now, Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Griffey was an instant sensation when he burst onto the major league scene back in 1989. A sweet swinging 19-year-old kid, and he got to play alongside his dad. He was a special player. Toss to Mancini. They go 5-3 for the first out as the third baseman makes the play from the shortstop spot in the shift. And now for Seattle, Ty France.
And in his rookie year, it was already clear that Ken Griffey Jr. was a generational talent, a bona fide 5-tool player, and every one of those 5 tools was elite.
And a pitch. That misses. And now 3 balls and a strike.
That term 5-tool guy gets thrown around lightly sometimes, but with Junior, it applies 100%. There's nothing this guy couldn't do on the diamond.
And there's ball 4.
Well, a good day for the on-base percentage right there. Walk number 3, and the free bags keep on coming. You down with OBP, Boo?
Next to hit, Julio Rodriguez. 1 for 2. And the righty deals.
That's Bolton.
The Cubs bullpen with some action. Adbert Alzolay up and loosening in the pen. Leiter getting cranked up as well. The 2-1. That one drifts inside.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Now fly ball to right center. Bellinger in a full sprint. Long run, nice grab. And there's 2 down. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
Now batting, the third baseman,
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. 2 outs. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Throw in Holt's the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. It sounded different than most hits coming off the bat. You don't need numbers to tell you the ball was hit extremely hard, but at 115 miles per hour, that's not an exit velocity you see very often. Very impressive.
Next pitch off the plate. 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2-1 now. Good eye in that spot. Cal Raleigh in the on deck circle. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Swings through that one for strike 2. Two on, 2 outs. Ground ball, Mancini. He takes it on his own, and that is that. So they strand a pair. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Cubs 3 and the Mariners nothing. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Justin Topa.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So up now for Chicago, Billy Williams. He's already homered here in this one. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Right-handed reliever. Misses outside, and a full count now. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Left-hand batter waits. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So here's the cleanup hitter, Sammy Sosa, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now here is Ernie Banks. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Topa picks to first. Sosa back in on a dive. Hits for average power The ability to field, the arm, and then the speed, really impressive. Line drive. 2 away.
The right fielder, number 8, Andre.
And next for the Cubs, Andre Dawson. He's a guy, Chris, whose highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms in the sport. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Rodriguez makes the catch, and that'll do it. Cubs leave one, but they lead at 3-0. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Adbert Alzolay.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Number 73, Adbert.
And here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh. The M's in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
The kick, the 3-2. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a stone-cold take.
Next to hit, Lee Lin. And a pitch. And delivers outside.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Righty to the plate. In the air, left side. Williams gets under it. And there's one down.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford digs in now. Raleigh, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Next pitch downstairs, and now 3-1.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Well, this could be the start of something. They haven't found a way to score yet, but now's their chance to change that.
Mark Leiter Jr. on the pitch out of the pen here. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days.
Number 43, Mark Leiter Jr.
First and second, 1 out. Edgar Martinez up next for the Mariners. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. 2 on, 1 out. And fouled off. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Pitch misses there. Now 2-2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Here comes a 3-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Ken Griffey Jr. The 1-2. Bounce to the right. Sandberg. Third out. Mariners leave a couple. They trail in this one 3-0. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. Ground ball right side. On to France. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Cubs, the catcher, Yan Gomes.
Now it's Yan Gomes. Kicks and deals. And he walked him.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So man aboard. And up next for Chicago, Trey Mancini. The 1-1 is fouled off. And here it comes. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
No, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
The pitch. That's down and in.
1 strike.
Gomes off of first with 2 away. Swings and misses. That is strike 2. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. No swing. Line to left. And he'll play it on a bounce. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Chris Flexen into the game.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So up now for Chicago, Ryne Sandberg. In for a strike. Now it's 3-2.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
And that's ball 4.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Billy Williams, the next Cub to hit. He's already homered in this game.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 strikes.
That's to third. Zips it to first. That's the inning. Cubs wind up leaving the bases loaded, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. We're at the top of the 8th. Leading off, Ty France. Right-hander kicks, deals. Check swing, but he went too far. 1-2. The wind of the pitch. This one high in the air to left center. Williams gets under it, and it's caught for the out.
Up next for Seattle,
Michael Fulmer on the pitch here. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Cubs, number 32, Michael Fulmer.
And up next for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. Good eye right there. Activity in the bullpen. Bruce Sutter throwing and getting ready for David Ross. Fouls one off. 2-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Grounder off the pitcher. On the run, throw to first. And that is that. Mariners are down in order. Still down 3-0. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the DH, Sammy Sosa.
Designated hitter, Sammy Sosa.
The 2-1. Next offering is outside.
You know, these Cubs, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
And down on strikes he goes. 1 away.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. When you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Next offering down in the dirt. To third, Suarez. Gathers and throws to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
2 outs, base is empty. Andre Dawson, the next Cub to hit. The 1-1. And that one off the outside edge. Next pitch misses. Ball 3. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk. How big a deal is that walk?
I don't think it's a big deal because if you pitch to the previous hitter with the power he has, he can hit a home run. I think it was a calculated walk. We'll see how it pays off here.
The 1-1. Foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. And a ball evens the count.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
At the belt and fires. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Bruce Sutter. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
The right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
The other way. Grabs it on the run. One up, one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
The 2-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
The wind and the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
This is just a nice win. 3-0 ball game. You feel comfortable about the 3 runs that you scored, but you also know that if you're not careful, a bloop, a base hit, and a home run ties everything up. But it was great pitching. Timely hitting really made the difference.
A shutout in this one. 3-0 our final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
The final line for tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Mariners, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 11 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 33 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Wrigley Field, 41,649. As always, we thank you for your support of Chicago Cubs baseball and remind you to please drive home safely.